Natick, Massachusetts, a town that is more than just a place 15 miles west of Boston. It's a place rich with tradition, whether that be in the schools, community, or in athletics. After all, this ever-growing town is the home of champions. Home to many lifelong residents who have yet to move away, or townies as they are described by the locals.
I mean, I think I've stuck around Natick just because, again, I think community and the aspect of living here and growing up here and coaching here. And
I think people become comfortable, they become connected, they have some sort of experience growing up either with the guys in their neighborhood or the guys on their hockey team in high school or football team in high school, and they become bonded too. And they want to come back and probably pass that along to their kids.
We have, 3, 4, 5 generation families here in Natick. People have an incredible sense of community and support for one another.
Natick has also become increasingly popular as a new destination for families moving to the Metro Boston area, and those who need a place to settle due to work commitments in the city.
Is the fact that the commuter rail made it so easy to get to work in Boston, and it sure did beat driving every single day.
Natick is a quintessential Metro West location, so we're very close to the city of Boston. So for people who have tech jobs or work in the city, it's very easy to get to. But it's also a nice escape because there is a town pond with a beach. There are outdoor parks. There is foliage. There are picturesque scenes. There is a small waterfall. There are plenty of open parks and sports fields.
The excellent school system, which has 5 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and 1 high school, is also an attractive reason for the move to become part of this now rapidly growing town.
And I think that all the teachers and the students and the parents who come here and keep their families here for an extended period of time, expect high things from the school system in hopes that they can go through a public school system versus a private school system during their kids' lives.
As a principal of the school, obviously I try to keep my tabs on how we fare compared to other schools in the area. And we are extraordinary, right up at the top as you'd expect, and we're doing great things.
Whether you've lived here your entire life or just moved in, you realize that Natick features picturesque settings, a strong sense of community, generations of families, and a rich history. History that is also entrenched in the sports teams.
So everything we do in the Natick schools, in the community, we do to the best of our ability. People work really hard and take tremendous pride in the success of the town, and the sports is a really tangible example of that.
I find that the people in Natick really enjoy coming around each other, that town values that are integrated within community, family, friends, and service.
Over the course of time, sports have become a way to escape, to look forward, and in many ways, to move on.
It's a great way to get away from a stressful home environment, to maybe connect with friends in a different manner if you don't have that same clique of social friends that you work with at school, or maybe you don't have that same group that you're comfortable with. But when you're on that sports team, when you walk on the field or in the gym or lace up your skates, you have that connection with the team. Sometimes it becomes like a second family.
Individuals have hopes and dreams in all aspects of their life, but a town's athletic program is part of what makes a community so great.
Is you're teaching them to operate within a framework of a team. How do you respect your teammates? How do you work with someone that you don't like? How do you do things that you don't like? How to learn how to train, how to work hard to get better at something. Those are lessons that apply throughout academics as well as your professional career. You don't just show up and be good at something. You actually have to put the time in and work at it, and it's not always super pleasant.
Sports is life. It teaches you how to work hard, how to work together as a team, how to be competitive, how to win, how to lose. It's a really tangible outcome that we're after collectively. So I think some of the best life lessons can come through sports.
In some way, shape, or form, everyone looks to sports to somehow represent the town in a positive and influential manner. A place where whether you win, lose, or draw, you can walk away with lifelong memories by both playing or watching.
So the football team is one that I mentioned. Ice hockey has gone on different runs. You've seen different successes at other levels throughout the high school particularly, and I will see the community really identify with the successes and the challenges that they have.
Where over time, people can bond, grow, and learn about what it means to be part of something in the community.
They come back because of the tradition of Thanksgiving Day football, but also and most importantly because of all of the celebration and the unity that it represents.
Because what athletics provides is a necessary escape from the norm. And although that can be done at any level in athletics, it truly peaks in this town at the high school level.
I think sports is a very big portion of what Natick is, and I think community and sports and living here is just living here and recognizing that sports is part of the community. Then yeah, sports is pretty big.
While these teams are not responsible for the success of a town or why someone lives here, it can be a symbol of what makes it more than just a suburb of Boston.
And this fall, for the first time in Natick high school history, every team made the postseason. An extraordinary accomplishment.
It helps make it the best town in all of Massachusetts, because there truly is nothing better than bonding through a community. Want an example? Look no further than what the Natick High hockey team has provided over time. That is because the goal for the hockey program is to develop a competitive culture with an environment that promotes a strong work ethic, while the vision is to instill good morals, the importance of academic integrity and success, and proper behavior on and off the ice in the student athletes.
In terms of the high school hockey program, I think the number one goal is we want the student athletes to walk out of there as better people. Hockey is a sport that you walk away with life lessons more than anything else.
Coaches want us to be well-rounded, have a little bit of everything.
Before semester grades come out, he's always asking us how we're doing, making sure that we're passing. Being a good person, what we do off the ice reflects us as a team and as a town and as a school.
Well, I think Coach stresses a lot about accountability and responsibility on and off the ice.
Not only have they provided excitement for the general public with their recent successes, but they have been providing a way for the community and, more importantly, families to heal and come together during sudden tragedies and struggles.
The love and the support for Connor Heffler and his family is one example of a community that comes together and supports one another in times of need.
Last year's team really rallied around Connor Heffler and his overall mentality on life, and just wanting to fight and wanting to stay positive is just just like anything else in this community is contagious.
It was probably the greatest sense of motivation that any of us could have had, just playing for him.
He was an inspiration to the whole team, just looking at what he was going through.
It was incredible. I mean, the team battled for him. I remember saying, let's win this for Connor. He had every game, even when we went to Bourne, he traveled to Bourne.
I still remember the time Connor came into our locker room. I think it motivated every single person in the locker room, for sure. Everyone wanted to get that win for Connor.
When he was there at our games, just made us want to go just that much harder to win for him.
I know he used to be a hockey player. To see us, I think he looks up to us, so I think that's definitely helpful, getting mind off things and stuff. So,
regardless of the success on the ice, sometimes the biggest impact a team can make is off of it.
As a team, we're willing to take time, out of our day, out of our schedule, to come together as a team, help the community. It really shows that we're dedicated to, giving back, helping others.
We've been doing the annual food drive every season, I think, and last year we brought Connor into the mix, and I think that helped the team out a lot. So I think Natick hockey is a part of the community in a lot of different ways.
When one team can become part of one family.
it's like after practice, everyone just doesn't get undressed and leave right away. We stay together, we talk, and lots of dinners too.
And I just think that the amount of time that they spend on and off the ice, and again, I bring it all the way back to the fact that they play together since they were 6 years old, that it helps, create that camaraderie a little bit more.
I mean, if you look around the locker room, we're kind of trapped in this like small space with 24 guys for months on end, and I think there's not really a sport that has something like that.
Chemistry is everything in high school sports, because I play soccer, so it's like different. We go to the field every day and that's it.
We've all known each other since we were young kids. We're playing for our town.
If we're all that close, we're all on the same page, things can happen.
Especially, I think everyone on the team, it's important to be considered a family, because without that bond, I think just don't really connect as well as you should be on the ice, and I think that was part of our success last year. No other team has a locker room, maybe besides football, but that's a big group, and I think we're just a close group. We have a lot of chance and a lot of time to spend together, so I think it's helpful.
When the season came to a heartbreaking conclusion last March, members of the Natick hockey community, the players, the coaches, the fans, were left to wonder what was next for a team that made history all season long.
About how excited they were and how into our team that they were.
They couldn't believe it. 7 seconds. I think there was chants start warm the buses, stuff like that, and then just complete shock when they scored with 7 seconds left. So,
I think they respected the time we put in and how much that game meant to us. So, they were behind us 100% after the loss.
From tying a school record with 17 wins and being the first to ever capture or hurt a title in the sport of hockey, one was left to wonder, where could they go from here?
The whole town of Natick supported us.
I think the community's expectations are pretty high after last year.
I think that everyone loves when Natick hockey wins.
They felt a part of the team, I think. The fans felt a part of this team.
That is because last year ended in heartbreak. Marshfield bounced the Red Hawks from the playoffs when they were just 7.2 seconds away from advancing to the sectional finals. A crushing ending that left the entire program and their fan base stunned and heartbroken.
It really marked an ending to what could have been, something truly special, but it happened so quickly that I think it just left everybody kind of shocked. It was so hard because it marked an official end to something that we just weren't ready to end.
My stomach just dropped immediately, just, thinking that this was over. And
I just thought, how can this be? We had such a good team.
Devastated. It still amazes me how close we were, and the fact that we were right there, it kills me.
Well, with 7 seconds left, it was definitely shock. I was on the ice. I wish I could go back in time. Didn't want the season to end because that was probably the most fun season I had so far.
They won the face-off and the puck must have gone in, and I couldn't believe it at all. Truly believe that if we won that game, we would have played at the Garden last year.
To know at that split second that I'm going to lose my family for the next, I don't know, however many months, but it was tough to watch that goal go in.
Suddenly their season was over. The seniors were leaving, their record-breaking freshman goaltender was headed elsewhere, and as they made their way around the locker room, everyone understood that many of the hands they were shaking would not be there at the start of next season.
Losing the seniors is the only thought that I had after losing. I'm gonna have to play next year without those seniors, so.
I was thinking about who wouldn't be in the locker room anymore and who we'll definitely miss.
At that point, when we lost to Marshfield, I really just thought about not getting to see everyone on the team every day.
The backdrop of the new season was immediately set. How can a team that had come so far get back to a place again while losing so many of its key contributors? But like any good program, they will look to reload rather than rebuild.
I think that honestly, we haven't had a chance to have better depth coming into this season.
We got a lot of juniors and sophomores from JV that could come up and take the spots of the seniors.
A lot more success to come. I think the coaching staff has done a great job these past 2 years.
We've got a lot of kids from the JV team that put up a lot of points. We got goalies, obviously, that can step in.
And I think the year's coming up. I think there's some decent freshmen. I know JV has always been good in the past couple of years, so I think this program's looking pretty good.
With new leaders, new players, and new challenges, the team can reach bigger and better things because there's nothing more dangerous than a team that is motivated.
I think to just get that 7 seconds back, and if we go out every day, every practice, every game, work hard, battle, I think we can definitely do some damage in the playoffs and go far and maybe make it to the Garden.
Prove that last year wasn't a mistake.
I think we can definitely use that run and that defeat that we had at the end as motivation.
I think it's safe to say that this year's motivation is to get right back to where we were last year, and that's to be playing down at Gallo Arena in the second week of March, having a chance to go and play for the South Sectional title.
Win a state championship is always the goal.
Yeah, I think things are looking good for Natick hockey for sure.
In the end, one team, playing as one family, with one goal in mind, can do things that are meant to be done. Rewrite history.